Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Ultimate Vault Hunter Mode Legendary Weapon Guide here on Borderlands the pre-sequel. Today we're going to take a closer look at another legendary within the game, and today it's going to be the legendary rocket launcher, the Nukem. So as always, where do you get the Nukem from? Well, there's a couple of places within the game. As always, you can get it randomly from the grinder if you use the right grinding recipe to produce legendary rocket launchers. But to get it to actually drop in the game, you can either come here right at the start of the game. It's the very first boss you run into in the Helios station, and take on Flame Knuckle, who is the first boss, like I say, you encounter just before you get moonshot out of the cannon. And eventually, if you take him down, he will drop you the Nukem. He's very, very good for dropping this as well, so I really do recommend coming here to get it. You will have to set your game to a read-only file or dashboard out if you do not get it first time, because obviously once you leave this area, you cannot get back in. Once you've been moonshot to Serenity's Waste, that is it. So if you want to farm for the Nukem, here you have to do that. But if you do go past this and you can't get back and you really want it, you can also go to the round 1 in the Holodome and jump on them 5 jump pads right at the beginning. He will spawn after you've done that, and you can kill him then. And I believe as well he's in the badass round of the Holodome as well, so you can go to the badass round, and I think there's 3 of them in the badass round altogether as well. So plenty of opportunities to get this returning rocket launcher from a previous Borderlands game. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a closer look at it then. So this is a returning weapon from Borderlands 2, like I've just said, and it has come back to the pre-sequel. This is the legendary Nukem rocket launcher manufactured by Torg. So the red text says Name Dropper, and its special weapon effects are the rockets fire in an arc and explode in a mushroom cloud upon detonation, extremely slow reload speed, extremely high damage. According to the wiki usage and description, the Nukem is an extremely powerful rocket launcher that fires rockets in a heavy arc, creating a very large blast radius and dealing very heavy damage. Like other Torg weapons, it only spawns with the explosive element and is affected by any grade damage modifications, further boosting its lethality. The weapon is extremely useful for getting out a fight for your life, as the sheer damage and blast radius is enough to put most enemies down in a single shot. Care, however, needs to be taken, as it is very easy for the user to instantly put themselves in fight for your life mode. Its arc and short range limits is a last ditch weapon or in an area with large amounts of cover. The arc can be exploited and used to hit enemies that would otherwise be impossible to hit, or to prevent exposure to enemy fire. So as you can see here, the damage is absolutely huge on this thing. The accuracy is not very good, the fire rate is not very good either, and the reload speed isn't amazing. It's only got a magazine size of 2. It consumes 2 ammo per shot and deals bonus explosive damage. So let's go ahead and compare that to another weapon. So for the comparison, I've compared it to another weapon I like to use a lot with an explosive claptrap build, and that's the Canada's Laser, which is the new DLC launcher. So as you can see, the Canada's Laser gets absolutely trounced in damage by the Nukem. It really is nearly 3 times more powerful than Nukem than this weapon. But the Canada's Laser is obviously a lot more accurate, better reload speed, and more of a magazine size as well. But the fire rate is just a bit lower than it as well. So yeah, this really is a damage machine, but it does get outweighed by a lot of other weapons. So according to the wiki as well, some notes: having the rocket velocity attachment on the Nukem significantly increases its effective range. However, using the arc of the rocket to hit enemies over walls and obstructions is also made much more difficult. Bit of trivia as well: the launcher's name Nukem is a reference to the franchise and character Duke Nukem, whose most recent game, Duke Nukem Forever, was developed by Gearbox Software. The Nukem's red text Name Dropper refers to mentioning important people, institutions, or other things of importance in an offhand and colloquial manner, in this case, Duke Nukem. And finally, the weapon as a whole is a reference to nuclear bombs, as it features the radiation trefoil symbol and the archetypical mushroom cloud that nuclear bombs create upon detonation. So as you can see, when whenever you shoot it, it does look like the famous image of the nuclear bomb going off. So the Nukem also comes in 7 different prefixes as well. You've got the Derp Nukem, which is increased damage. We have a Deep Aim Nukem, which is more mag size. A Dunk Gar Nukem, which is the one that I'm using right now. That is increased accuracy. The Dippity Nukem is more reload speed. Thwap Nukem is swap speed. Fiddledy Nukem is rocket speed. And Dumpar Nukem is fire rate as well. So, there you go, that is the Legendary Nukem, all the information you need to know on it, and all the details and references and what it's all about. So, what do I think of this rocket launcher? Well, I really do recommend that you carry one of these around with you with every single character pretty much. Like it said in the wiki, it is pretty much a second wind machine. I mean, this character that I'm using right now is an explosive claptrap build. Meant not to have a shield on it at all, so as you can see, I do end up tending to go down a lot with it, but with the increased buffs in all sorts of things, especially grenade and explosive damage, this thing is really buffed with the Nukem. It really is, it improves the Nukem a lot, but even on its own, the Nukem is a really powerful rocket launcher. There are a lot of flaws to it, as you saw when I was doing an overview of it. There is hardly any, real bonuses to it at all, apart from the damage. The reload speed is poor, the accuracy isn't brilliant, the fire rate isn't very good too. But as you can see, anything that gets in the vicinity of its blast radius just gets absolutely wrecked. And I keep getting up as well from it, so as long as you're quite accurate, you can get back up from it as well. But as it said as well, it does arc, the fire does arc, so if you can't get up from it, I do recommend doing what I'm doing now. I'm exploiting this jump pad to just stay in the air and fire down. 1, to keep out the blast radius, but 2, to also make sure that it just hits a area that I want it to. But if you have to arc it because you can't get back up, it really is good for that. So yes, I do recommend carrying a Nukem on every single character for sure. So it's not a bad weapon as well. I use it a lot more in this game than I did in Borderlands 2, I'll be honest. I think it's a lot better in that. But anyway, guys, that is another Ultimate Vault Hunter Mode Legendary Weapon Guide. That is the Nukem Rocket Launcher. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.